Hello and welcome guys to what is the 30th edition of the Interclassics in Maastricht. I've been here last year, so this is my second time in in Maastricht. I've been to the show in Brussels last year as well. There's a video from last year's Interclassics in Brussels and in Maastricht here on my YouTube channel. So I take you with me. We do a little walk. I show you some of the cars. Not every car. In proper petrol punks fashion, we skip all the Porsches, Ferraris, stuff like that. So expect the usual stuff here on this channel. So let's go. The skyline. This is the R32 generation. If you grew up with PlayStation and Gran Turismo, it's a car you're very, very familiar with. Just have a quick look inside. Of course, it is a right-hand drive. The R32 never made it to Europe officially. Let's have a quick look at the back, and of course it has a rear wiper just like here. And it's a GTR. Very, very nice. Looks pretty good in white, I have to say. The wheels look awesome on this. I think it's just the right spec for this car. Another GT badge. There you go. Look at that. There we have a nice Alfa Romeo 146 Ti on funky, interesting alloys. This is very, very late 90s. Inside it's funky too, with a red and yellow steering wheel and the gear lever same color. But I wanted to show you a car with a lot of rally pedigree, and that is the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. This was already the second generation of the Impreza, the late facelift. Many STI badges all around. Let's count them. There we have one. There we have another. I'm pretty sure we will find another at the back. Oh no, let's stop here. So there are another pair of STI badges. Well, the interior is really nice. It is blue and black. I think the blue is Alcantara maybe. And as I just said, there we have the next STI badge and a very, very large wing. Oh, the alloys, of course, they're golden. Oh, I just found some more STI badges. So there we have another STI badge, and of course, on the steering wheel, there's another one. If you look closely, these 3-spoke alloys, color-coded, of course, we're talking Brabus. So this is a Brabus 190 W201 sporty wheel, leather inside. I think it's a 3.2 when I remember that right. No, it's a 3.0. I'm sorry. So this is the 190 when you want it a little bit more. There's the Brabus badge. It's very cool. I'm a big fan of the 190. It's probably my favorite Merc. Some more excellent stuff. So when I just said that this is a video mostly without Ferraris, some exceptions though, this is a 412. It's a manual. Haggerty's Bull List just said these will go up in value. And it's a stunning looking car. It is my favorite Ferrari. beside the Mondial. So almost every Ferrari that is not red and that has 4 seats is kind of cool in my eyes. Let's have a quick look inside. So I said it is a manual, and it looks lovely and it smells good. So this incredible looking thing is a DAF coupe, styled by none other than Michelotti, born here in the Netherlands. And this is prepared for racing. And DAF was popular for its Variomatic gearbox. So there we have the Variomatic badge, sort of an automatic gearbox. So it has a open roof, and there we have the lever for the Variomatic. So some say it can drive the same speed backwards as it can drive forward. I don't know. Let's head over to its 3-door brother. That is this one right here. It's a 66. This is the beefed up marathon version of it. Later available as a Volvo model, the Volvo 66. So Volvo bought DAF, and well, all of a sudden Volvo had a very small car to offer. Oh, the window's open. This is how it looks. I always like the 3-spoke steering wheel. It's quite a sporty look. There we have the Marathon, well, it's not a badge, Marathon colors. Double headlamps, sporty looking little car. We have steelies with some plastic small hubcaps. That is nice. Very, very nice. So minutes ago I told you I don't want to show you all the Ferraris and Porsches, and we are, well, some minutes in the video, and there we have the next Porsche. This is the 924 series. It's a turbo, and what I like, it is a US spec car. So the large bumpers, the round markers at the sides. Just have a look at the air intake right here, and then it has a almost Targa roof, giving us a nice look inside this 924 series Porsche. So this is all typical for the US spec. We have the large bumpers and the round side markers. Most people don't like the US specs. I'm a big fan of them. 19,950 euros. Right beside the 924 we have a 928. This is a Bentley Azure, I don't know. Please teach me, because my English still not very good. Probably enough for the video. Of course, US spec. Not a big fan of the chromed wheel on the US spec. What a massive car it is. Lots of wood involved. But I absolutely love the Bentleys from that era. And these are the details I like. Just have a look at how the seat belt's going. Very, very nice. And also very nice, this Citroën Ami. Nice blue color. The Ami 8, a very, very good looking car. Well, at least in my eyes. We have a nice red 2 chevaux special, and if you need a little bit more 2 chevaux, let's say for crossing the Sahara, there you go. Take this one. This is the 2 chevaux 4x4 Sahara. It had 2 engines, one in the front, one in the back. People already expecting what's going on in the back. So do we. There it is. Tiny little unit. And there we have the fuel intake, the door. There are 2 on each side. There's 1 on each side. So we have 2 fuel intake. There is the other. Steering wheel on the bonnet. Super nice looking car. There we have a Charleston. The Charleston had always this sort of two-tone paint job. And I think they did a Pluriel version of this as well. Might be wrong, but I think there was something like that many, many years later. The Golf Mark III has made it to classic car territory, but not any Golf. It is the VR6 version, the 6-pot. Quite a lot of kit in it. Automatic gearbox. Let's try to go around and have a look at the 6-pot right there. And here we have one of the most unique looking cars at the show, and that is the Alfa Romeo, the SZ. 2 versions. SZ is the coupe, and then there is the RZ. The RZ is the roadster. Very unique looking car. This comes from the time when Alfa was bought by Fiat. And Alfa wanted to make a statement. So, nope, we're not your Fiat Uno with a new badge. We're still making bold cars. So they came up with the SZ. At first only available in red. Well, it is a Zagato car, but the design goes back to some sketches from Robert Opron. There we have the beautiful Zagato Z. And let's try to have a quick look inside of it. Stunning looking car, not exactly nice. I don't know if you like it. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, so I've seen quite a few Alfettas here at the show, but this is probably my favorite, sporting Carabinieri colors. And also there is the 75 Carabinieri Burago car. Well, I had that when I was a child. I can't remember that very well. Let's take a quick look around there. We have all you need on a police car. But I do know that the Carabinieri is not exactly police, but almost. Another very nice car is the Peugeot 404 right there. Beautiful Pininfarina design. That looks very, very nice. There's the good old Peugeot badge. Oh, by the way, if you've seen this for the first time, this is for a roof rack. So, a mount for a roof rack. Pininfarina at the time loved large fins. So there are the Lancia Deltas. Quite a few of these here at the show. Some in very interesting colors, just as this one here. There's the iconic HF badge. So this car is definitely one of, well, the favorites of the show, at least for me. This is a Nissan 100 NX. I love the Targa roof. And inside it's all very, very basic with a very, very old looking stereo. I've never seen a 100 NX at a classic car show. So this is the 1.6 with, I think, roughly 8,000 kilometers on the odo. Not very much. Engine looks untouched, but guys, honestly, it's a Japanese car from the 1990s. What can go wrong? We have color-coded hubcaps, but I don't think that these are original. I don't know. Car looks absolutely amazing. And this, guys, is a 2003 Alfa Romeo GTV. I think this is a fantastic looking car, and this has, at least in my eyes, the best color combination possible. It is blue outside and it is brown. It's a light brown inside. Isn't that nice? What a perfect looking thing. 2.0, I guess, twin spark. And of course, it looks good, and it's Pininfarina. Gorgeous. Let's take a look around. There we have the twin spark badge. It's such a good looking car. There is a convertible version as well, but I think this is the best looking of them all. Fantastic. And there is another Alfa Romeo Alfetta. What a nice color. I'm a big fan of these original Steelies. This is a later one, so well, lots of things are different from the first ones. Many would prefer the earlier one. I do like this later version, especially in this good looking brownish color. Let's try to get a quick view at the front. So there it is. It is a 1.6. So we are far away from any top spec. There's the front and with the large rectangular headlights. And I love the mirrors with the Alfa Romeo on it. There is a old Zagato. This is the 1300 Junior Zagato, and I think the hedge here was functioning as some sort of spoiler, when I recall it correctly. It's an incredible good-looking car. There we have the Zagato badge, just as we found it on the SZ some minutes ago. The incredible looking BMW Z1. So I always loved cars that well, someone actually put a concept car on the road. Fantastic looking thing. Just have a look at it. Isn't that nice? With the sliding doors. Not open now. When I came here, the doors were open, and when I grabbed my camera, the doors were closed. Favorite Beamer? Almost. So if I could do a list with the most beautiful cars ever made, there would definitely be a Facel Vega among them. This is the HK 500, and as far as I know, this is the last one ever built. 6.2 V8 inside. Was it a Chrysler engine? I think it was. So many interesting details. Here, these fins with the V inside. Here we have the Fossil Vega badge. It's on blue Dutch plates, a large panoramic window. Inside, it looks like they used wood, but it is actually painted. Is it metal? I think it is. So this is the large HK 500. Absolutely incredible. But we also have the smaller one. This is the Fossil Vega Fossil 3. This is the small Fossil Vega. Inside, it is a Volvo B20 engine. And just with the HK 500, the attention to detail, the looks of it, it's absolutely incredible. This is, by the way, the AC coming backwards. What a nice looking car. Inside, it is just beautiful. So, Fossil Vega, probably one of the most beautiful cars here at the show. So it is time for some hot hatch history. The Interclassics Museum brought a Simca 1100 Ti. This was the sportiest version of this very, very early hatchback produced by Simca. I think it predates the Golf and the Ti. Let's enjoy the super, super rare Ti badge. Is probably the rarest bird of them, and it's a very good looking car. Just have a look at the alloys. Very nice. And then we have a Cadet GTE. So this is the generation Cadet that is, well, these have vanished from our streets. And it's interesting because you still find a few Golf GTIs, Golf Mark 1 GTIs, while these are simply gone. Very good looking cars though. Probably the most rare version of the Peugeot 205. This is the Grief. Only a few of them had been made. This was a special variant of the 205 GTI. Always, I think always in that green. This is even sporting the sunroof, leather seats. I've seen that last year in a garage near the Interclassics Museum. Love the alloys. Cool looking car. There we have the Grief badge. A Golf Mark IV station wagon at the show, but not anyone. This is a car from the Dutch Wegenwacht. It has a higher roof, lots of kit inside because, you know, when there's trouble, they come to help. Interesting car. Let's go around. Interesting. I'd say it's one of my top 10 cars here. I think it's not, it is for sale. 17,750 euros. Very nice. And this, guys, is a Wiesmann Roadster built in Germany. Technical components, they're all from BMW, I guess. It's a German company. They started bicycles and ended up with the Wiesmann Roadster. A good looking car. Very, very retro. There was a fixed roof version of this, and the fixed roof version looked, at least to me, a little bit better. There we have the Wiesmann Roadster badge. It's a cool car. And finally, the Suzuki SJ series made it to a proper classic car show. This was the successor to the also iconic LG80, and well, one of the important cars in the success of Japanese cars outside of Japan. We have two interesting variants right here. This is the fixed roof version, and then we have the soft top. But it is not any soft top. This is built by Santana in Spain. There's another Santana badge at the back of the car. It is right here. Super interesting cars, followed by none other than the Suzuki Jimny. I think these are good looking too. Good looking small 4x4s. Of course, we have a Panda 4x4 with the Steyr Puch developed 4x4 unit in it. Just wonder if it's a trekking. It is not. So you have a sort of lever there in the middle. I think it's behind the gear lever. Then you can switch the 4x4 on, and I think it only works until 50 kilometers per hour. I think once you reach that, it's not possible to use anymore. Just another look at the fixed roof SJ410. This was followed first by the 413, I guess, and then came the Jimny. There was also a long wheelbase version of this car, and it was produced for many years in other countries by Maruti in India. Actually, nice to see. Didn't expected that here at the show. With a VW T3 Transporter. Funny to see that on a show between all the all the shiny other things. We already had a late but very base spec Alfetta, and this isn't. So if you take a look around, you see there aren't any rectangular headlights, two round headlights, because this is the 6-pot 2.5 V6 inside, lots of leather, Recaro seats. What a fantastic looking thing. Again, the Alfetta is just a very good looking car. And it is accompanied by the Maserati Chamal, one of the coolest car that came out of the Maserati bi-turbo lineage. Quite a lot to see here. 3.2 liter V6, 326 horsepower, I guess. And it looks very beefy, absolutely incredible. I always loved this black roofline. Very cool. Blacked out rear lights. This screams the 1990s. See all that spoiler sort of work all around the car. Incredible. This is a heavily modified W126 series S-Class, but before you whine about almost everything, let me show you a small but very important detail. So there it is. This is a W126 by Carat du Châtelet. So modified by this Belgian company, and they had a very, very high build quality. It was so good that I think it was possible to order a Carrade du Châtelet package at Mercedes-Benz. So almost everything inside is a little bit different. I'm afraid you can't see it, but I think it has a TV between the front seats. So yes, I'm not a big fan of the modified rear light clusters, but this is a original Carrade du Châtelet. There's another badging. This is from the dealer. Anyway, very, very nice. I'm pretty sure that the wheels are not period correct. So that's the pimped 126 S-Class. The Dutch Youngtimer magazine brought a Polo Harlequin. So the Harlequin was, I think these were built out of 4 different Volkswagen Polos. That's why they always had red, green, yellow and blue. And the base car, in this case, was a blue car. So the roof's blue, there the panels blue, the sill area is blue, and then they interchanged all the other parts from the other colored Polos. There were some more Harlequin cars. I think there was a Harlequin Beetle available in Mexico, and a later Golf variant in the United States. So, but the original had always been the Polo. And here we have a MG RV8, and it's the first time I see this car with a hardtop. It's a car I really, really like. Inside we have the Rover V8 in its 3.9 liter version. That was a very interesting project. So it is based on, well, a heritage shell, but heavily modified. The car was a huge success in Japan. So usually when they have a Rover badge at the fender, then you know it's probably from Japan. They have some other different details as well, but as I said, I've never seen the hardtop. It looks incredible. This is a heavily patinated Jensen GT with I think it's a Lotus engine. Inside it's a very rare car and a cool, well, all the best. Incredible looking car, patinated, if you will. This is a 76 US spec car. I would just leave it like it is and make it technically perfect. There's the Jensen badge, glass hatch, bit of rust here and there. I think the Jensen Healey, the convertible version, was a William Townes design, and I wonder if the shooting brake was as well. And if you ask me why it's a US spec, I mean, just have a look at these massive bumpers, and then we have, of course, the side markers. So, US spec. And under 10,000. So if you're up for a Jensen shooting brake project, 9,000 euros. A Fiat Ritmo Abarth. These are going up in value. This is already the facelifted version of the Ritmo, still having its very cool looking round door handles. I said it's a facelift, so it gets the more boring looking front. Bonnet's open. I think 16,000 for this. I drove a Bertoni convertible version of it, a Ritmo Palinuro, and that was excellent. They just drive good. Let the people have their say about bad old Fiats. It's really nice to drive. This is a Panther de Ville, a proper retro car, strange looking thing from the late 1970s, and it's interesting what parts they use. So if you're into British Leyland, you might know these doors. These are the doors that were on the Austin Maxi. These doors were on the Land Crab. These doors were on the Austin 3 liter. So the doors made it to quite a few cars, and this is maybe the most eclectic of them. It's a massive thing. I think I've seen that car on another show months ago, I think at the beginning of last year. But it is interesting. It's interesting. Not my cup of tea though. We are now at Alphonse Ruehl Classics. That means cars in a stunning condition, low mileage, just as this early MX-5. It's already sold. And what I like particularly are the cloth seats. So no leather involved. Stunning Amazon. And then let's head over to this very tiny little awesome car. This is the Auto Bianchi A112 and it's a new car, 399 kilometers. The history of the car is very interesting. So back in the days, the Mini was very, very successful in Italy, even built in Italy under the Innocenti brand. So Fiat needed something new in that class. So they decided, well, we'll have a Fiat 127. Why not another small and very modern car under the Auto Bianchi brand? So this was the work of Dante Giacosa. The design came from, I think, Marcello Gandini was heavily involved at, I think, at Bertoni at the time. This is a late series. I think is it the 7th series of it? I don't know. It's definitely a very, very late A112. Sold in many countries under the Lancia brand. So there we have the A112 Junior badge. Nice small hatchback. The engine came from a Fiat 850. So roughly 1 liter. That didn't change the engine over the whole production period. I think it got some more horses over the years, but that really was it. So there we have another small Junior badge in the front. It was only available as a 3-door. Let's go around the car and just have a quick look inside. So it is very, very basic inside. It is one of my favorites today because I think it's extremely good looking. I had a Majorette version of it when I was much younger. What else to see here? Ruehl brought this almost 30,000 K Peugeot 505 brake. Just have a quick look at the Steelies. Isn't that nice? I'm a big fan of base specs or poverty specs, yet I would prefer something, well, equipped with almost everything. Yet it's a nice car. You know, the seats in old Peugeots, that's a whole different feeling. It's awesome. It's just awesome. We have a 123 series Merc. It's a 230, the carbureted version. The color, guys, the color. And inside it is color matching. And this is a very early one, carbureted, and it has the, well, old style 4-spoke steering wheel. We have a Volkswagen Scirocco Mark II. 30,000 kilometers. And this, by the way, I'm not a big fan of R107s, but this is one of the best I've seen in my life. The color is stunning. It has color-coded hubcaps, always the best option for these. These look great with the hardtop on. I said that many times. If I'd had a 107, I would always drive it with the hardtop on. That looks great. Never seen a 924 Porsche in that stunning color. Alloys inside, good old Porsche style from that period. Just have a look at the 2-spoke steering wheel. I don't care about the usual engine bend. It's an Audi. It's a VW. I simply don't care. We have a 124 series, 30,000 kilometers. Where is he getting these cars? 280 TE, heavily specced. Inside we have velour, we have an airbag wheel and automatic climate control. Quite a spec for a 123 280 TE. And then, guys, a Passat B3, and not any Passat. Just let me show you this badge. So it's a G60, but you know, it doesn't stop there. Then we have the Synchro badge, so it's 4x4. And that's not the end of it. It's also a GT. I grew up in East Germany, and the first car from Western Europe my parents bought was a red Passat B3, but it wasn't nearly like that. It was a CL, it was red, and I think the only extra we had was a electric sunroof. This hasn't. Let's try to have a look inside. It's a manual, leather seats, very, very unusual equipped. So this is a Passat B3 that has it all. Behind the Passat we have a Ford Granada. It's a 2.3. Also a later Granada. Alloys look great on this. And also under 30,000 kilometers. It seems like this is the rule for any real car. Quick look inside. Nice. So if you could choose old Granada or older Passat B3, I think I'd go with the Passat. By the way, I remember sitting in the back of it, and these had massive legroom. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. Anyway, finally a better look at what is the Aston Martin Lagonda Series 4. It started life as a Series 2, designed by William Towns, and the 4 was a heavily revised version of the Series 1, and it's still, well, you know, the basic lines are still there. So it's very, very low. So when you look at the front end, it's knee high. Awesome car. So inside, unfortunately, but maybe a little bit better for the owner, it has a updated dashboard. The Series 2 had kind of soft touch buttons. Don't know the right English word for it. Inside, it's all quite a lot of leather involved. Just have a quick look at the driver's place. Inside, lots of leather, and outside it's very, very, very red. There's also the Series 2 look very, very different there at the back, and also quite funny. A glass sunroof only for the rear passenger. Another quick look inside. It is one of my favorite cars here at this year's Interclassics. In fact, yesterday I saw some pictures posted by some friends online, and when I saw that there is a Lagonda Series 4, I was a bit over the moon. Also like the alloys of it. I think it is a nice facelift. Well done, a nice transfer of the good old Lagonda to the modern world. We're at the clubs area, and also here, where it is packed with people. Let's try to get a view on some of the cars. It's a nice Bentley. Is it a Turbo 8? It is no, it's not a Turbo 8, it's a Bentley 8. And this is actually my favorite of that shape, because I like the Bentley with the rectangular headlights. That looks pretty good. Pretty basic though. There we have the infamous Bentley V8 and a 116 series Alfa Romeo Giulietta. So this is for sale. And what a great looking thing. When this came out, Alfa fans weren't so happy about it because of all the straight lines. Some said that the rear section was a little bit too high. I've seen the Zender version in summer last year, I guess. That was pretty amazing. I may show you some pictures right now. Maybe not, I don't know. Color looks great. I think this is a... Is it a coming classic? I think it is a classic. Very, very nice. So this is the 1.6, I guess. Let's have a quick look at the badge. So it's a Giulietta 1.6. What do you think about it? The wheels look great. Color look great. Inside it's beige. Always a nice combination. Then we have a big Toyota Land Cruiser. Italian plates. That is very, very 1990s Toyota with the cloth seats. And also very good looking. And I think this is the car that will go up in value pretty soon. I think in 2024 there was one on auction and it made a six-figure price. Another Auto Bianchi. So I've shown you the A112 earlier, and the Y10, the Y10 was the successor to the A112. This is already the facelift, and this wears the Auto Bianchi badge. This was sold in many countries as a Lancia. It had always had this black rear hatch that looks pretty cool. There was I think a Fila version. It was all white, so maybe some special versions were different. It's very 1990s colorful. Let's try to have a quick look at the front. I think I have to go this way. Another look inside. You know what? I'm a fan of these. I'd prefer the pre-facelift though, but still very, very enjoyable. A pimp's favorite had made it to the show. This is a Porsche 928 Strozek. So Strozek was one of the madmen in 1980s, 1990s tuning car modification. So this is well, in Germany we call it a Breitbau. And just have a look how massive it is. So Strozek worked for many companies. So some of his works were sold by Koenig and Koenig Specials. I have a very, very soft spot for this sort of tuning, car modification. Definitely questionable, but I really like this, especially in this red color. So born as a rather humble 928, ended up at a Strozek. Awesome. Now let's have a look at this strange beast, a very retro-looking car made by a company called Classic Motor Carriages, CMD, and it was based on a Mercury Cougar. You still see the basic lines of the Cougar engine, of course, all from the Cougar. Inside it's the Mercury Cougar, and outside it's everything else all over the place. This is the Tiffany. There it is again. The CMD Tiffany. I don't know what to say. It's a strange and also fun-looking thing. I can't see myself driving around in these. I mean, it reminds me on everything Mitsuoka in Japan did. But I think Mitsuoka maybe did it a little bit better and more consequent. Anyway. So you could say it's a American Mitsuoka, if you will. Let's have a look at some of the details. There we have the CMD badging. I think it's needs to be turned. There it is. There's the Ford 5.0 engine in it. Yep. You could even say it's the American version of the Panther I showed you earlier. So Ford badge, CMD badge. So we talked about the Mini and the Innocenti Mini earlier. Here's my Innocenti take. I think Innocenti took all the British Leyland cars and made them a little bit better. There we have the Innocenti fender badge, export it says, and inside it just looks way better than your regular Mini. And these had opening quarter lights too. Never got why the regular Mini never had these A-series engine, double carbureted. And it's for sale. And a early Saab turbo. Isn't that amazing? The details, headlight wipers, the alloys look great. The color is fantastic. The iconic early turbo badge. Inside it's red cloth. It is really all you want on an early turbo. Now let's take a quick look at these JDM Rally Legends Subaru Impreza WRX STI First Series. Two-door that never made it to Europe. It is very, very expensive, 297 euros, quite a number. And that is also because it's a super rare 22B. This is a limited version of the car. We're not so sure what the 22B is for. Some say it's a variation of the 555, the sponsor for Subaru in rally sports, or is it 2.2 liters Bilstein? Who knows? Awesome. And of course, it has golden wheels. So one of the groundbreaking designs of the 1940s, Ledwinker's Tatra T87. I just tried to go around the car because from the back it's really quite something, with a large fin in the middle and the large air intake here. The car also got a award for just being excellent, maybe. Yeah, that's cool. Built in the Czech Republic, 1941. Okay guys, now we look at some interesting Citroën DS or ID, both made by Henri Chaperon, a French coach builder who's very famous for his Citroën DS or ID builds. The most known is the convertible version, and lesser known and very rare is the Majesty. And the Majesty was some sort of chauffeur-style limousine kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it had a higher roofline there at the back that made it easier to get in and to get out. And also when we look inside, that's interesting. We have a leather bench in the front and a cloth bench at the back. Ashtray, a clock is there, all sorts of stuff. And there's a sort of divider at the back. There's some fins here. It's not necessarily the nicest DS, but it's a very, very interesting build. As said, this is one of 119,000 euros, and it's nice to see. Oh my lord, there's another Chaperon car, and it's the My Lord. It's a convertible version of the SM. The SM, already a great looking car. You know what? I'd prefer the fixed roof version, the original. Let's have a quick look at some of the details. There again, the Henri Chaperon badge and the My Lord badge. And inside, it's all you expect from a Citroën SM. Also seen this for the first time now. So we are almost at the end. When I look at my watch, it is almost over. And we end the video with this awesome, stunning Peugeot 504 in dark red. It has a sunroof. It's an automatic that looks very, very, very nice. I love the louvers in the window. And, just the back. I can't find the right words for it. So how to describe this in a proper English? Please let me know. But before we go, this is the ultimate, car's moving. The ultimate showstopper for the nerds, because this is super rare. This is a Puma GT, and this is still based on DKW. This has used the two-stroke engine out of a DKW 3.6. The car's built in Brazil, and later versions of the Puma had Volkswagen engines, and you know, the Puma GT was also the starting point for the Volkswagen SP1 and SP2, especially the SP2. Fantastic looking car. I think it's a glass fiber body. Inside, as said, is a DKW engine, well, 2-stroke Glory in a very, very nice body. So, what I hear is I should get the fuck out of it. So, I hope you like this video. Sorry for my English. Follow my channel. Follow me on Instagram. If you're German, listen to the Motorkultur podcast, which I'm doing together with my friend Sasha. So I hope to see you soon. Leave a comment. Well, I mean, you know the drill. Bye-bye and take care.